so what is the next step? The next step from here is I gotta clean up this fuse box harness. So I'm gonna put some fresh loom on this, clean up some of these wires, stuff like that. I have a brand new engine harness that I'm gonna be wiring up on the engine, but this is the fuse box harness. So this has gotta be cleaned up. Like I said, all this old plastic, you know, loom or whatever, sheeting, whatever you wanna call it, doesn't look good. So I got some fresh wire loom. I'm gonna freshen that up. All right, so check it out. I'm all done with the fuse box harness. I put fresh nylon braided loom on all wires. It just came out so clean. I also removed all of like the OEM protective wrapping, like all the brittle plastic and old electrical tape. It was crazy how a lot of that stuff is factory, but this looks a lot better than factory. It's going to look a lot better in the engine bay. We're halfway in. I got this side in. Still gotta, like, you know, secure them with the clamps and stuff like that, but just look how much cleaner that is already. Like, I understand it would have looked cleaner if I like relocated it underneath the fender and stuff like that, or did a fuse box delete, whatever, but that just looks clean. Like, we already got this side in, so now I just gotta pretty much finish off this side, and then I'm gonna connect everything. So that's how it's looking so far. Fuse box harness is 100% installed, connected, ready to go. It looks nice and clean with the fresh wire loom. I went kind of with like an OEM plus look. I understand it would look a lot cleaner if it wasn't there at all, but I like this look. I'm happy with it. It's done. On to the next step. This right here, this is extremely exciting to me. Like, look at this bulkhead plug, bro, from Tweak Performance. So clean. And like, I've always wanted that like kind of look in my engine bay. So that's like kind of like something knocked out of the list, you know what I mean, that I've been wanting to do. But so yeah, I just installed that. So now I got to get to the engine and then wire up that, well, not wire it up, but pretty much connect the harness on the engine, and then we'll be pretty much ready to go. I still got to do my ABS delete, and I want to do that while the engine's out. But my master cylinder should be coming in soon, and once I get that in, then I'm gonna go ahead and just do everything all at once, and then I'm gonna plan the engine drop in. I know a couple homies want to come by and be here for it. Definitely can use the extra hands too, so it's gonna be dope. Stay tuned for that video. I got you guys. All right, we're all wired up. The engine harness is finally in. I honestly thought that was gonna be tough, but it was actually a lot easier than I thought. Shout out to Tweak Performance for making this like a super direct plug and play harness. You know, this is really awesome. The coil pack's plugged right in, the injector's plugged right in. Everything looks real good. Anything that's not plugged in, that's because I'm waiting for it to go in the car to plug those in, but everything else is looking pretty good. We got map sensor, oil pressure, NOx sensors, ground. Everything is just looking solid right now. So like I said, that was my first time I ever installed an engine harness or plugged in an engine harness. So I'm really actually kind of proud of myself. It looks really clean. You can't even tell there's a wiring harness. I got my billet plate that's gonna go on top of that and cover that. So this is looking really good. One thing I personally messed up on, I forgot to tell Tweak Performance that I'm running a PHR water neck. So I forgot to tell them to extend these wires. So I got to extend these wires for my temperature sensors right here. And then I'll be able to pretty much tuck those wires back there and then plug those in. And then I'll be 100% ready to go on there. Quick advertisement. Don't forget, guys, you can always hit me up for any of these parts that you see on my engine or on my car. The whole point of this build is this is my model engine. This is an example of my hottest selling parts. Some of the most high quality parts that you can put on a 2JZ. So don't forget, guys, hit me up, mosupra.com or Instagram parts by mosupra. I got you. Got these wires extended. Shout out to my buddy James, came by and extended those for me real quick. Super nice and clean. So we're all good there. Harness is 100% connected. Let's move on. So as I said, I want to do the ABS delete before I put the engine in. It just makes it a lot easier. So I got the PHR ABS delete kit right here. I got a brand new brake master cylinder that finally came in. I also got like a brand new gasket. This goes behind the brake master cylinder. So I'm gonna bench bleed that. And then I'm gonna install this first. I'm gonna go ahead and bench bleed that and then install it. And then we'll be good on that. So once ABS delete is out the way, then pretty much I got nothing else to do other than drop an engine in. So let's get this installed right now. All right, so I got the car on all fours right now. I actually decided to give my brake master cylinder a little makeover. It looks real nice. I did high temp black paint and I put this universal aluminum cover. I had this cover on my old master cylinder, so I decided to throw that on. I gave that a nice polish. I'm gonna show you guys how I bench bleed. It's pretty much the same process as anybody else, but in case you're curious, I'm gonna show you. So you get you one of these kits, get it from like O'Reilly or AutoZone or something like that, and then you hook this up. I'm gonna show you guys how right now. So what you gotta do in that kit, they got like a bunch of like different fittings and stuff like that. So you just gotta find which ones exactly fit your master cylinder, and then just get those in kind of just little snug, not too crazy. You know what I mean? You don't wanna go too crazy with those. They're just plastic fittings, so just like a little bit nice and snug, just so where you know it's not gonna leak. And if it does leak, then you know you could just do a little bit more of a turn, but I think that right there should be good enough. So there's that. And it comes with 2 hoses, which you take this off. All right, so we got the hoses in there. So now you just gotta get some brand new brake fluid. Don't use an open container. Make sure it's sealed. This stuff does absorb moisture very easily, so make sure you're always using a sealed container. So we gotta submerge the lines with fluid, pretty much fill up the reservoir, right there, at least at the minimum line. And then we're gonna go ahead and keep these submerged in the fluid, and then we're gonna give the master cylinder a few pumps just to let the air out, and then you guys will be able to see the air escaping through the line. So we're going to get that started right now. All right, so reservoir is filled up. So I just take like kind of like a Phillips screwdriver, put some electrical tape around it so I don't damage it at all or whatever. And then we're just gonna do like slow pumps and let the air escape. There we go. Went ahead and filled it up a little bit more. Just seen too many air bubbles, so should be a little bit better right now. Oh yeah, way better. All right, so looks like we got pretty much most, if not all, the air bubbles out of the brake master cylinder. If there's any trapped at all, that's gonna be released when we do the brake bleeding on the actual car. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on. If you're doing an ABS delete on your Supra, go to Harbor Freight, get you a set of these grommets and throw those on there. Not only does it look cleaner, but now we're saving the lines, so they're not gonna get scratched up by that thin sheet metal. So almost done here, guys. All right, so we got the new brake master cylinder installed. We got the ABS delete fully installed, ready to go. Quick tip for any Supra owner doing ABS delete on their Supra, make sure you guys are checking the brake lines on both sides. Have someone in the car steering the wheel left and right. On full lock turns, it will snag the brake lines. So make sure you guys adjust that, give it the proper length on each side, and you'll be straight. But this is all good, just gotta bleed the brakes, but we're all done here. So we're pretty much done with the car. The next step is to put the engine in. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Stay tuned for the next video, because the next video is the one everyone's been waiting for, including myself, and that's the engine going in. That's happening this Saturday. I'm gonna be bringing you guys that video real soon, so stay tuned, put your notifications on, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And again, thank you guys so much for tuning in on my build. I really do feel the love, and you guys have a good one.